It's the Frank Show. What? The Frank Show. Come on, the Frank Show. What? The Frank Show. Come on, the Frank Show. What? The Frank Show. Come on, the Frank Show. It's time for the show. Aloha, it's Frank here, and it's time for a PSVR review. Today, we are slowing down time and saving lives in our new office job at Just In Time Incorporated. Now, this is the first VR title from Second Wind Interactive, and it's been out on PC for quite a while, where it received some very positive reviews. But does the PSVR version still have that same enjoyment? Well, that's what you're probably here to find out right now. Before we get started, I did receive a review key for this one, but as always, my opinion cannot be purchased. Finally, if you would like the chance to win one of 5 keys for this game that I have up for grabs, click the link in that description. Now, on to the show.
Do you have enemies? Take too many risks, or are you just abnormally clumsy? You can't afford to be uninsured. So, why not go with the best in the business? Just In Time Incorporated.
Alright, I gotta start this review off with a thought I had while taking a nap after playing this afternoon. So, I personally never wanted an office job. Hated the thought of that monotonous 9 to 5. Nothing against anyone who has one, I just didn't want that extra cage, so to say. Now, half my library of VR games had me working out of some sort of office, and I guess it's just funny to me. Just In Time is one of those kind of games. Luckily, today's office job is quite exhilarating. You have been hired as a junior death prevention agent, and with the help of your hyper gloves, you will soon become the talk of the water cooler. I'm really loving this title. It's an extremely simple concept, but it mixes some of my favorite VR mechanics in a way that both sets it apart and shows that it knows where it came from. If games were humans and Job Simulator and Superhot had one too many limoncello shots and the party got a little raw, Just In Time would be the result of their complicated relationship. You really only have 2 things you can do in this game: grab things and teleport. But don't let that stop your imagination. The scenarios you're placed in allow for a completely freeform play style. You're tasked with several missions in which you must save a mark from certain demise. The catch is while wearing your hyper gloves, time moves at a much slower pace. Want to run in, grab every bullet, and immediately save your target? That's an option. Or you can take a second to de-pants a few enemy combatants before pulling a pin on their own grenade. The choice is yours, and this freedom can lead to some interesting and funny situations. The audio is well done, and the tone is very tongue-in-cheek. Most of the dialogue is pretty enjoyable, and for those that prefer, skippable. The environments are distinct and well made, ranging from a courtroom to a mountainside, and each feels genuine and immersive. The character models, although extremely cartoony, have a lifelike feel that you only find on higher quality VR titles. The tracking when facing the camera is spot on. I had very little, if any, stutter, and the only real issues came from wanting to reach in every direction without hitting one of the adjustable degree quick turn buttons. The Ragdoll physics are hilarious, and you can even dismember the little box people. This is a game that was made for, only works in, and builds upon trusted mechanics for VR. After the tutorial is over, the game opens up section by section, and you set the pacing. There are around 20 or so levels of slowly growing difficulty, and most could be theoretically played a dozen or more times using different methods. If you're one to just rush through games, you could probably knock this one out in a few hours, but I promise you'll spend nearly every second with a smile on your face. So, end of the day, this one is hopping on my A-list. For only $14.99, you get an hour's worth of high-quality VR content. I mean, that's cheaper than a trip to the movies. It mixes things up enough to not get boring and keeps you on your toes when the scenarios get a bit trickier. The only real downside is that without any sort of arcade mode, the replayability really depends on your play style. But I still believe that even if it's a once and done, it's worth the price of admission.
Just In Time Incorporated. Because life is dangerous.
Alright, so what you think? You gonna grab it, you gonna wait for a sale, or you just gonna say forget about it? Let me know below. Thank you for coming through. I hope you enjoyed the review, and if you want to stay up to date on any and everything PlayStation VR and you Don't mind this ugly mug. Friggin' subscribe. I mean, come on. Nah. And don't forget to hit that link in the description. Mwah. Smooches. It's the Frank Show. What? The Frank Show. Come on, the Frank Show. What? The Frank Show. Come on, the Frank Show. What? The Frank Show. Come on, Frank Show. It's time for the show.